Hey dudes, welcome to the first phase of Wish Upon a Star. No, it's not Wish Upon a Star, but it's Upon a Star. So this is the Final Fantasy VII event, which a lot of you Cloud fans would want to pull on. If you want to really pull on Cloud's BSB, I won't hold you back, but I do recommend you save because the next Final Fantasy VII banner does have it, and it's a better banner overall, of course. But of course there are people that whale it, so what am I to say? Okay, first we have Umbrella. If you're going for this one, then sure, this one's pretty good. Instantly restore a large amount of HP to all allies, grant them shell, and automatically heal damage they take for a short time. Pretty nice. Again, it kind of suffers a little bit because you want shell to go up first. But midway through battle, the instant becomes really relevant. Up to 2000 HP as well. That's really cool. But just take things without the shell. Large amount of HP. And yes, thank you, Mobius. Large amount of HP and 2000 HP stacked. It kind of reminds me of Yuna's... Is it Super Soul Breaker, Chaos Rod. So, besides the instant, this one is okay. Again, it is a Curaga heal medic, so yeah, it is pretty good. And it does look nice. Who wouldn't like an Umbrella? But there are better Ultra Soul Breaks in the future, of course. This is the first one. It's introducing the Ultra Soul Breaks. Pretty nice. Ultimate Blade. So, these are the ones that people are going for, eh? The thing is, like I said, it comes back the next banner with his USB, I think. Okay, 135 attack, 8 physical wind and non-elemental attacks to one target. Infuse the user with power of wind. Grant haste and burst mode to the user. So we chuck out Clim Hazard. Fuck Clim Hazard. We chuck out also First Fusion Sword most of the time, 90% of the time as well, because this one looks fucking better as well. Burst abilities, 4 physical wind and non-elemental attacks to one target, deals more damage based on the user's attack, pretty nice. Next one is Slashing Blow, physical wind and non-elemental attacks to all targets, temporarily lower the user's defense, raise the user's attack and one around. So yeah, most of the time you would be using this rather than his First Fusion Sword. So the First Fusion Sword will probably go into the corner, at least to get the plus 10 attack mastery from it. Becomes relevant someday. Viper Halberd, 135 attack, deal 10 jump, wind and non-elemental attacks to one target, temporarily infuse the user with the power of wind. Because all these do so much attacks, the multiplier is fairly low. It's actually below a physical attack. So don't expect, like, capping at 9999 anytime soon. Power of Wind grants haste and burst mode to the user. Deal 4 physical wind and... wind targets to one target. Deal 5 attacks if the target has slight weakness or is vulnerable to wind. So it comes really good if you have Wind in Peril. Wind Force, deal 2 physical wind attacks to all targets, deal 3 attacks if the... Wow. Okay, deal 3 targets if it's slight weakness or vulnerable. If you have Zidane in your party, this will be really fucking good. Fairly niche. Okay, Rune Blade. I remember a lot of people chasing this one, actually. 132 attack, deal 8 range physical wind and earth attacks to random targets. Lower their resistance to wind and grant haste and burst mode to the user. I do like this one. I said before, because wind and earth, no enemy will be, I think, resistant to both most of the time, because usually, of course, if you verse an earth element, then you would use wind. If you use wind, then you wouldn't use earth anyway. But sometimes earth is actually okay in some situations. It's probably the least used element in the game. I think so anyway, because when I got Renoa's OSB, it kind of was okay. Of course it's an OSB, which is really cool, but The earth elements kind of degraded it somewhat, so I'm really happy that she gets ice later on as well. Okay, so gets the ninja type abilities, reduce delay before hitting, which is pretty nice, so you can do some really fast abilities. And of course this has Imperil Earth, so it goes well with of course Sid's. But it is to random targets, so you may have a little bit of annoying time trying to get it on all enemies, which has happened to me before. 8 times to 4 enemies, hit 3. So, kind of disappointing. Heavy Vulcan. 120 attack, deal 10 range physical and non-elemental attacks to random targets. Temporarily lower their attack, magic defense, resistance and mind moderate amounts, again to random targets, but it's 10 times now! So you're pretty much fucking guaranteed it. If you're not guaranteed it, then I'd be pretty sad, but I don't know. 4 enemies, 25% chance for each hit. Yeah. Oh man, it would be funny if you didn't get them all though. Of course, because it's to mind as well, it is a penta break, so you can use full break on top of this, and it does stack. So now you know a little bit about stacking. Javelin, it shouts, so of course it is fucking good. 50% increase to attack, who wouldn't want that? And of course Haste Dagger. Use it at the start of the battle, and then you're fucking all set. If you like Sid instead of Ramza, then yeah, I'd consider it. Sephiroth's Glove, the End Dark, so if you have Sephiroth's other relics, can be pretty fucking good too. And of course the increase to Dark. Sid's Goggles, Physical Wind, damage to 12 random targets, remove delay from the user's jump attacks for 3 turns. If you have powerful jump attacks, this ends up being pretty good. Sky High along with this, I saw it, it was so freaking good. And of course the really good stats off the hat. And the small increased wind damage can become relevant. Prism Rod, critical hit chance a large amount, so it is 50%. Enable each ally to avoid 1 magic attack. Critical hit is really, really good. I'm surprised this is just a normal soul break. It should be a super soul break, but I guess if it had like a heal as well, then it would. But avoid 1 magic attack, I reckon it's pretty freaking good for a soul break, to be honest. If you don't have Zell, Ico, then yeah, pretty nice. Alright, so let's do the 100 gem draw. I'm not going to do any more than that. My 7 synergy is pretty freaking good already. And we didn't get anything anyway. So yeah, that's it for me guys. Good luck on your draws. If you're going for Ultimate Blade, then good luck. Even though I said better to save up. Umbrella, yeah, it's pretty nice as well. Pretty good banner. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a good one, and peace out.